Andy and I have written this piece, JAMation, for Music for Youth.
I'm a freelance tuba player. I also run a junior centre for young musicians. I guess I work in all kinds of fields, except rock, I guess, but I've done folk and jazz and classical. Yeah.
My name's Jason Yard. I am a composer, producer, arranger. The history with Andy and I, we used to play in a group called the Jazz Warriors together, and have done various projects together since then. So this was a really nice opportunity for us to
Work in a different way together.
Well, I think one of the important things with the initial brief was, which almost became the title, was this jazz not jazz idea. So it was something that would definitely be jazz flavoured, but would have a kind of global appeal, if you like. So, you know, it wouldn't exclude string quartets, orchestras, big bands, solo performers even, or, you know, solo instrument and piano duets, or just any kind of
combination.
Any kind of instrument.
You could have a rock band playing along with it, that kind of thing.
The whole idea is it's quite a modular composition. So the idea is that people can come and take different strands from it and combine them in you know, as they see fit, and hopefully come up with different combinations that perhaps we've never thought of. So it's really it's kind of a springboard for experimentation in a lot of ways, and we hope that you know, students and teachers alike will just find their own way into it. We settled on this idea of using multiples of 15. So in our research, we discovered that, for example, you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bars of 4/4 with a bar of 2/2, or 5 bars of 3 bars of 5, and these different combinations. So for example, we've got, I guess, 4 main sections. Yeah, and A, B, C, D. And within those sections there are different motifs and different strands, and they all form one family amongst themselves. So there's 6 themes that happen during A.
And those can all be played together at the same time if you want.
Yeah. And the motifs at B all work together, and C, and so forth. And then on top of that is the idea that you could actually mix and match A sections from A and sections from B, and so on and so forth. The whole point of it again was to expand, hopefully expand people's perception of what they could do with the material, and how they would hear things. So, you know, not to prescribe anything specifically, but let people kind of discover what works best, or, you know, or less successfully. And so, for example, you know, all the single line motifs can work together right across A, B, C, D, through to the end, E and F.
E3, it's literally a kind of contraction of D2. So, but we've turned that into a kind of fugue idea. So at E3 you could start, you know, everybody playing at a bar later, and you have this kind of mad fugue effect, and just take that round, and then you could add riffs underneath that.
It's also hopefully a springboard for improvisation. So there are some chord sequences that are spelled out, but because the music is very much based off rhythm, and that was the starting point. Andy and I agreed that it's really important that the ideas are internalized as much as possible, and that way the more familiar the performers with the ideas, the more flexible they can be in performance and be able to jump between different motifs without worrying about what the form is.
We've just been doing a workshop, and there were some really unexpected pairings that came up that we hadn't even foreseen along the way, and really kind of different energies along the way as well. Letter E, E2 and E3 all happening at the same time, put against, say, C4, and you just had this kind of mad, it was quite angry really, wasn't it? Great if you would, maybe record some of yours and send them in. I think that would be superb, because again, we could learn from it as well. And I think other people can learn from, if we have as many groups sending in things as possible, then hopefully you can all learn from each other. Just get out and enjoy yourself. Be brave about it. Yes. Be really brave about it. And just send in what you do, because we'd really love to hear it. And
remember, there's no wrong, there's just degrees of rightness.
Yeah.
So just experiment, have fun. That's it.
Yeah. Have fun.
Yeah.